general. HOK field marshal, you know? None of them can bother dance on the top. Violate the general. End up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK, Jabari got the crown. Hector with the heart, we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship sloppy. More just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth in my really scored and 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother to hustle, I move on like I left out the black woman not all like Ulls and the Yana for sister freedom. I the whole panel know what time for Bible thumping the minute them see me come. Revelation set. Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa.neter.
Coast to coast we be banging. Bringing all this knowledge we be slanging. In the HOK we don't do no entertaining.
Speaking truth, speaking facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark minds of the light.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the Conch my clan now.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa.neter.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, and put them in a pot. You still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee. If I lift it up, then you niggas gonna see what it gun might be. I thought I told ya. Affirmation, revelation, we some soldiers. sa.neter put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid in for in the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa.neter.
Peace, assalamu alaikum, hotep, namaste, jambo, ashe, shalom, shalom, all the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. I am Napashada. This is Mel Smith, whichever side you are on. And he is here. Hit the like button, by the way. Thank you so much. Yes, we've been live, Mel. This is the third live I've done on sa.neter Studios and the R.I.S.E channel. Please subscribe to both channels. And Mel, before we get going, what is your channel? Do you have a channel?
Yeah, my channel is Watching the World 777 on YouTube and TikTok.
Awesome. So if the mods could put that in there, get the link. Peace to you, Gemini. Peace to you, Sakina. Peace to you, Caleb, Jason. If the mods could grab that and put that in the chat, we are going to be talking to this brother because he's front row. He's got all the information. He's doing play-by-play, everything that's going on in that courtroom. Mel is right there. And Mel has been so gracious to agree to come on and enlighten us in our particular group on the HOK. He's going to give us some information on what's going on with this Diddy trial. Talk to us, Mel. And this is going to be brief, by the way. This is a preview because this man has been working all day long. He needs to wind down. It's 9 o'clock where he is, or almost 9. But tomorrow, hopefully, we can get in him. So peace, Mel. Thank you so much for being here. What's going on with Diddy?
Oh, everything's going crazy in the courtroom. You'd be surprised. This week it's just terrible. This witness yesterday, I was telling you how she came on and she gave a testimony how Diddy was basically abusing her. He was throwing spaghetti at her.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine that?
Wow. Mel, do you think that we could bring you I like this story. Do you think we could bring you back tomorrow, maybe when you get you rested, and then have you? Because we haven't been over here in the HOK. We've been too busy arguing about what color sandals Jesus had on, and if the Exodus is real. So we need to actually, in all sincerity, in all seriousness, I want to see if we can bring you back and you can give us like catch us up, like from the beginning, just little play by plays, not anything, nothing too elaborate to overstress you, but just like, okay, this is what happened at first, and then bring us up to speed and get us to where the trial is right now. Do you think that's possible for us for you to do that for us tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, that's fine. I like to maybe Monday or Tuesday go live from the courthouse so everybody can see how everybody's set up, where we wait in line. There's actually people, the first night when I went there to establish myself, because I went to the Trump trial too. I went at 5 o'clock on Sunday and I stayed in line all the way until Monday morning to get into the courtroom. And I've been in the courtroom ever since. Now I pay every day to get in. That's a whole nother conversation. But I've been in the courtroom. I'm one of the few people that have been in the courtroom every day. Now Diddy recognizes me and he speaks to all of us, especially the media, all the journalists. So he's holding tight. The first week, though, he was beat. He looked like he just came out of a cage, and I guess that is his reality. But now he has strength. Like yesterday when he sat there and this girl, Mia, which they hid her identity. And this was the first time we had a witness, right?
Yes.
That the judge says, if I catch you guys posting anything about her online per se, or we couldn't even write her description. They said they had cameras and whatnot that could see in the courtroom, and they didn't want us writing down her description. The guy sitting by me today, they came and pulled him out of there because they thought he was drawing a picture of Mia, some sort of description. But at any rate, she told a terrible story yesterday of how she was abused. We'll just call it violated because of the words that we could use on YouTube.
Right.
And she basically said on Diddy's 40th birthday party, he violated her. And there were other occurrences. She was violated on an airplane. So, as I told you yesterday, sitting there in the courtroom, I never like to hear about women being abused, right? Children, women, I'm not with it. I say get rid of anybody that, take advantage of the weak or what have you. Not to say women are weak, because they painted a picture today on the cross-examination that Mia is very strong. And that she was kind of, in a way, they painted like she was manipulating Cassie a little bit. But at any rate, her whole world came tumbling down because she had Brian Steele, who was the attorney for Young Thug, we all saw on TV. He broke her heart. Now, she is a victim and she has her story. And I would imagine some of her story is true. But the way they painted the picture, she had put together a scrapbook. And it was to describe Diddy's legacy. But what she did was she undermined her own self because Brian Steele took her through each page. And let's say she said these things happened. She was violated, let's say back around 2009, 2010, whatever it was. But then they show that the time frame she lost her job. But even after she lost her job, she's telling Diddy, I love you. You're the greatest.
Wow.
He went through the pages one by one. And they're like, you're saying this about a man that pinned you down, a man that did all these terrible, atrocious things to you? And the courtroom went silent.
Wow. So this was his assistant.
Yes, it was his assistant, and not an assistant like you and I would possibly think. She was actually living in his house, and she said that while she lived in Diddy's house, she could not have a lock on her door because Diddy said, in my house, nobody gets a lock on the door.
Wow. Yeah. You told me that yesterday that he just came in and violated her.
Yeah, she said she was sleeping, and all of a sudden she felt a heavy weight on top of her. And she said he took one hand, undid his pants.
Yeah.
And we know the rest of the story. So she was telling this story it was very convincing. And like I said, only she knows her real truth. But today they're trying to impeach her because they found some holes in her story.
Well, I'm thankful that I never got violated, but I have been around different types of high power people. And sometimes I will say with me, when you're telling these stories back, it's like almost like your mind, you remember it happened, but some things you just kind of, especially with her with the trauma, you would think that she kind of blocked it out or maybe changed it from being around these traumatic situations and witnessing. Because like I said, I never had, thank goodness, nothing happened to me as far as being violated, but I've seen a lot of crazy stuff that sometimes I have to really sit down and think, wait a minute, what did I see? And even you were saying this, Mel, you're like, I was messed. You said you were messed up from just listening to the account. So, the mind does things, right? It was messing with you.
Right. Because when they started this trial, they framed this trial as the defense framed it as domestic violence. And that Diddy also, he stood on what he did. He said he was abusing her. He also said he was on drugs. So these things that he's owned. However, the prosecutors are saying count number 1 is racketeering. Count number 2 is sex trafficking with force, fraud, and coercion. Count number 3 is sex trafficking over state lines. So let me just hit that for you real quick. For the racketeering, everybody wants to know, like, how can you get a RICO case of racketeering with just one individual? But basically, the co-conspirators are there, but they all probably took a plea deal. That's why we don't have their charges. I've had some attorneys on my channel to explain that, right? However, they're painting a picture of illegal activity every day, and they're painting it strong. They started the case off, and I know we're going to do this brief, but I'll give you just an idea. They started the case with the video, and in the video, Cassie, when she talks about that day, and this has happened at the Intercontinental Hotel, she's saying that that's actually a freak off. Most of us, by means of the media, we thought that this was just a lover spat. No, there was a man in the room that was Diddy allegedly punched her in the eye, gave her a black eye. He went to use the bathroom and she booked it. And that's where the video picks her up at the CNN video where she's coming down the hallway. And so she says she takes her shoes out of the bag, she's putting it on. Then you see Diddy coming and doing what he did to her. So that's the force part right there. So how are you going to get around that? See, that's
she was trying to escape. I figured that she thought it was a moment for her to get away.
But Occam's razor, how do you get around the simplistic force, right? That's something that's valid, right? Also, if you want to say it's domestic violence, how are you going to explain Diddy beating the chef and beating Mia,
and the hairstylist, right?
Capricorn Clark, Mia, he's beating everybody. This is the picture they're painting. How can you get around that with the feds? And they have a 95%. I think in the Southern District here in New York, they have a 95% conviction rate. Now, maybe because you're paying millions, I think I've counted 9 attorneys in court for Diddy, 4 different offices, 4 different teams. Maybe that'll put him in that 5%. I also noticed some of the jurors, they really like Diddy. I mean, they're really like.
You said some of the ladies are looking at him with googly eyes.
Yeah, and also I've seen when certain witnesses on the cross-examination, I see some of the jurors like shaking their head, like, in fact, I saw when Dawn Rashad gave her testimony, I saw one juror look over to the next and say she's lying, and then he said, yep, she's lying.
Wow.
So but listen, this case is like a circus. I thought that when the feds would come for you, they'd be so tight that they'd be winning like a 90%, and did it be at 10? Right now, from what I've seen being in the courtroom every day, I don't miss a beat. And basically the jurors are my age, probably my demographic. I would say the prosecutors are right around 60 and Diddy's at 40. But Brian still hit a home run today. And I think he's on top of his game. I've never seen any attorney that good before. Maybe Johnny Cochran. That's how good the guy is.
Wow,
I'm telling
Johnny
you,
is the best.
he's really good. I got to get, and he's really nice. He's connecting. I talk to him every day. When he walks in, I'm sitting. They gave me a special little chair. He walks in, hit me on my shoulder every day. So
No,
but
wait
I'm
a
there every
minute.
day.
You're talking to everybody. If you don't know who Brian still is, that's Diddy's attorney, y'all.
Yeah, and he was Young Thug's. He's the one that helped get Young Thug off, and that's when Diddy took him on board.
Wow. Listen, Mel, you are invaluable. We're going to try to get you back on tomorrow. I want you to wind down, relax. I don't know what you do to get this stuff off your mind. Maybe listen to music, eat a whole half a gallon of Haagen-Dazs. I don't know. But whatever you need to do it. So I'll talk to you in the backstage about when we can bring you on a little bit earlier tomorrow, because Saturday, obviously, there's no court. But I appreciate it, family. We're going to be having a link into the courtroom through our brother, Mel Smith. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. And anything you want to say before I close it out? I told you I wasn't going to keep you long. I just wanted to bring him in and introduce him, get him, get you guys wet your palate. And then tomorrow we'll get him back in to elaborate. Go ahead, Mel. Sorry.
Well, I have a lot of channels pulling at me to do this, and I've been trying to come on some, but I gotta say, I've been rocking with sa.neter and you for a long time, so you guys get the best of me too. So let's do this, and I'll give you what you need. If it's better for me to go live probably from the courthouse right after court, because I commute an hour and a half to get to this courthouse every day. So I get up at 3:00 every day.
Oh, wow.
I get to the courthouse at 6, and then I'm there until about 5, or what have you, because court is now over at 3, but it always goes to 4. So imagine during the week, as each day go along, I'm getting tired. So right now I've been spent. So yeah, let's do this. I'm glad to support. Shout out to sa.neter. And yeah, you guys got the best of me. So I'll see you tomorrow or whatever you need. Just let me know.
Wow, family.
And hey, thank you guys. Watching the World 777. I post great, excellent videos, but I also post all these crazy guys out on the street. I show you behind the scenes, all the nonsense, the fights. It's the truth. So I post it all on my channel, but I also do really nice shows. I've had legal analysts on my show. Perhaps I could bring her on here. I talked to her about it today. I also have a body language expert. She's coming on this weekend. Maybe I can bring her over here too. So we're bringing the top-notch people from the courthouse that's actually sitting in the courtroom with me, and this is what they do. All right.
Wow, y'all, thank you so much. Much blessings to you. And sa.neter says, he's texting me saying, tell the brother, what did you say? Tell him peace and blessings. So thank you so much. Peace and blessings. We will talk to you tomorrow. Go get some rest. You don't even have to wait till we close out. This is Mel Smith.
Yo, let me just say this. The best channel on YouTube is sa.neter all day. And,
say it again. Wait, no, hold on. Because we're going to use this clip. Don't let your camera shake. Say it again.
I said the best channel on YouTube, I'd say in the world, is sa.neter Studios. I've been rocking with it for years, and I'm telling you, you get the best information right on time. And I thank you guys.
Wow. Thank you, Mel. Peace and love to you. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you, my brother. Have a nice evening. Thank you so much. Peace. Peace. Y'all heard it from the best. You heard it from the brother. This is the house of consciousness. sa.neter, I don't know where that soundbite is, but I am so excited to bring him back tomorrow. For now, everybody, enjoy your Shabbat. If this is your Shabbat, enjoy your weekend. You deserve it, especially those working hard, like our sisters and brothers out there in the audience. Gemini, peace and love to 7. And yeah, that is the tea. I'm not even going to close out with the song because we got to go ahead and end this. I got to go cook dinner. Peace to the family. We'll see you tomorrow. I will schedule it. We will talk to Mel. Go subscribe, and we're going to find out what's going on with Diddy. Thank you, family. Peace.